People of Reddit, what was advice someone gave you that changed your life? My dad's advice is the best one that I've ever got. Be kind to yourself, he said. Only when you are good to yourself will you be good to others. My dad used to say, never stop learning, which pushed me to continuously seek knowledge and improve myself. I was told by an older mechanic to make my living with my brain instead of my body. In my 40s my everything hurts, but I'm a paper-pushing lawyer now so it doesn't matter. I used to self-harm frequently, when I thought I had done something wrong or when my ex told me to. I was in a mental hospital and one of the other patients asked me, when your daughter figures it out, do you want her to do that to herself too? Obviously, the answer is no. I've slipped up during really bad times but have currently been free about a year. My mom. Never be financially dependent on a man. Sundasta eras por una de agua. The hard thing to do is usually the right thing to do. Everything you want to achieve lies outside of your comfort zone. People want to hear what you have to say. I had always been a quiet kid, these words always stuck with me. The brethren want you to know that your next priority should be to find a wife and get married. I was 20, just home from a Mormon mission. It actually worked out pretty good for me. But I do feel sorry for my wife and kids since they had to raise me, a self-righteous child, for the next decade. You haven't been allowed to talk to girls for 2 years, now rush out and get married. Seems like some pretty fucked up advice in retrospect, but it did in fact change my life. Don't follow dog shelters, especially of a breed you love. I would cry every day because I see a disabled bulldog or a bulldog without a home and I wanted to take them all in and make them happy. It's so stupid, but honestly I was actually so much happier when I unfollowed all those accounts. They'll find owners. I'm not the only bulldog lover in the world. I guess my advice condensed is don't put yourself in a situation that makes you sad because you feel bad for others. Don't look for your own happiness in others, it's not fair to them or you. Give yourself the time to find the happiness within you, and then share it when you can. Don't ask, don't get. If you don't have the courage to ask, the only answer you'll get is no. A harder one, ask, would you make an exception? If the answer is no, and always assume the positive. Give others the benefit of the doubt. You choose to believe that their actions and words come from a place of care or, at a minimum, a lack of harm. I was contemplating taking some work with me on vacation because a client was pressing me to get this very non-urgent thing done. I mentioned it to my colleague and said I knew it was important to the client. He hit me with, if you get hit by a bus, they will just go find a new lawyer. In that moment I realized that my life and mental health was just as important, if not more, so than this thing, and I cared way more than I needed to. So now I set good boundaries with clients. I still work my ass off, but my downtime is sacred. Know when to hold M. Know when to fold M. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. When one door closes, another might open. 3 key things I've learned from others. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's almost all small stuff. Save your sweating for the few big things that will happen if you live long enough. The less people know, the more stubbornly they know it. This one helps me whenever I deal with others, but it helps me most when I recognize this tendency in myself and make a change to learn and grow and be better in general. The people that mind don't matter, and the people that matter don't mind. Surround yourself with supportive people who accept you for who you are. Don't give power to the other type of person. Never lend anyone any amount of money you wouldn't be comfortable with never getting back. Aka, only give an amount you're okay giving as a gift. Money isn't worth ruining relationships. The best revenge is to ignore them. Let them seethe in silence. My grandma, when I was being bullied by a teacher in 5th grade. My brother once told me if I don't like the teacher, but like the subject, for me it's playing my flute and band, stick with it. I did, and now I'm better than I was and still playing. A friend told me, you can't change what's happening around you, but you can change the way you react to it. That has been useful to me for the last 40 years. I'm much happier. By choice. Try cocaine some bitch 4 years ago. Cries in addiction. If you never ask, the answer is always no. Don't shit where you eat. Sometimes, in life, you have to break your heart in order to fix your eyes.